You can change. Not only can you change, but you are changing. Now, if you grew up and your dad isn't or wasn't in your daily life, and you probably feel like you've got a lot of disadvantages, and you may not even associate it with that reason. And the truth is, you have some disadvantages because it's tougher. It's tougher for everyone. I talk to young men because that's my perspective and that's how I grew up. But you do have challenges as a result of that. You may have challenges for a whole bunch of other reasons too. But you can change. Not only can you change, you are changing. So you're doing it in one of two ways. You're either doing it consciously and trying to head a certain direction, or you're feeling like you're the victim of life circumstances and your changing is being driven by your surrounding. It's like sitting in a slow-moving river. You're either swimming a direction, let's say upstream, or you're sitting there feeling like there's nothing you can do and you're floating downstream. Well, here's my invitation to you today. Realize that you can change. If you don't exercise or have a habit of exercising, you can start one. Completely in your power to do that. If you spend too much time playing video games, you can change that. Whatever the behavior you have that you don't like or you feel like is not helping you, you can change it. You have to make the decision and then start doing what you need to do. And in most cases, you already know what it is you need to do. Now, there are some things you can do that will help you. Let me give you a couple of those. First one is, we call them an accountability partner. If you have someone that cares about you, that will help hold you accountable, then use them. If you've got a friend, make an agreement with them. I've got a friend, I met him in person once at an event, and we have kept in touch for 5 years. And every day, we text each other in the morning and in the evening. Here's what I'm planning on doing today. And then in the evening, here's what I got done today. Very seldom are they the same list. But there's usually one or two of the things on the list that I got done. And there's usually some other good things that I didn't have on the list that I got done too. So if you can find an accountability partner, someone that you can talk to, and you don't have to do it that same way, but someone that knows that you're trying to spend less time on screens, or starting to exercise, or eat better, or do your homework, or whatever, if you know you've got to report to somebody, you're going to do better than if you're just trying to hold yourself accountable. So that's one. The second thing is your environment. What things in your environment trigger the behavior you don't want? If you got things around you that are doing that, then get rid of them. For example, if your phone is right by your bed and it's the last thing you look at night and the first thing you do in the morning, you're trying to reduce screen time, well, stick it in a drawer in the kitchen at 8 o'clock at night and promise yourself you're not going to get it until 8 o'clock the next morning or when you leave or whatever. Change your environment. Look for things in your environment that are triggering the behaviors you don't want, get those out, and then try to set up things that will help you do what it is you want to do. For example, if you want to exercise in the morning, well, set out your gym clothes at night before you go to bed so they're on your dresser. As soon as you get up in the morning, you're going to see those. It's going to trigger you. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go do it. And then you can go do it. So, two keys: an accountability partner, and structure your environment so that it helps you do what it is you want to do. But just remember, no matter what, you're changing. If you're changing for good, that's a great thing. If you're drifting down a path that's not good for you, well, that's not a good thing. Become aware of it and decide to change. One last thought. You might feel like you're not making much progress. If you're trying to lose weight, for example, I'm not eating all those desserts that I liked, and my weight's not going down by much, or it's gone down a little bit and then I've plateaued, I can't get it down anymore. You won't notice the change in your life as fast as others will, particularly if it's very small and incremental from day to day. You're not going to see the difference. Here's a story behind that. I used to work at a place about a half an hour from my house, and then once a week or once every other week I would drive an hour away to a different facility and work there that day. The people that I saw here, they didn't notice. I didn't really notice. But when I would go to this other place, if it was someone that I hadn't seen for 2 weeks or a month, they'd say, "Jim, are you losing weight?" And I'd say, "Well, yeah, I am." But I didn't notice it. They did, because the increment between which they saw me was bigger. So don't become discouraged if you don't notice positive differences in a quick amount of time. And don't let that be a reason for you to give up. Because remember, you are changing. It's a matter of whether you're choosing which direction you change, or whether you're letting the environment and the surroundings and your current practices dictate the direction you're changing. I hope that helps. Always remember, you can succeed even though you may not have a dad in your daily life. And you do have a dad that loves you. And I'll see you on the next video.